Hello, everybody. I'm Chachi. That's Tom. Welcome to In Our Humble Opinion. We're going to talk about the playoff seedings and last week's games a little bit, maybe just the ones that were important because a couple, most of them were like the Raven game where it was just like, hey, you're going to win the division. Have a nice day. Okay. Yeah, Tom, you want to start with the Packers? We'll do the Packers. That was actually, I feel like, important because of
Oh boy.
injuries and everything.
Yeah, yeah. So number one, honestly, man, you know, like, I think the way I look at it is the law of averages plays out eventually when you play a rival and you beat them 11 straight times. Like, at some point you're just going to lose. But, man, the way they limped into the playoffs is just not good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, like, Matt LaFleur this year, the coaching job has not been good. I'm just, he doesn't. I don't think he has like a conviction of what he's doing. I don't really know the team's identity, especially on offense. They have a wide receiver problem. And the passing game's just bad in general. I don't think there's enough creativity to actually get guys open
Yeah.
and help them, but also give Love like options. Hey, if things aren't open, like short down the field. They don't leverage, they're not even using the middle of the field anymore. And teams are like, we dare you because you won't do it. They got Josh Jacobs. That's their best hope in the playoffs, honestly, against Philly. But I don't know if against that Philly defense, if they're going to be able to sustain 10, 15 play drives
True.
to punch the ball in. I thought what sucked too is like in that game, like that Bears game, is a lot of bad coaching and player management. The guys clearly didn't want to play, and then Jordan Love gets hurt. Christian Watson has a non-contact injury. Should he really been out there? I don't know. At this point, would he have done it in Philly? Maybe. You don't know. It's just everybody it was kind of half-heartedly people in and out. Kenny Clark, they pulled him, and then they put him back in at the end of the game when they're trying to win it. And you're like, this isn't like good for player safety. So I'm just like, and then the whole debacle of like at the end when they kicked the go-ahead field goal, and Green Bay could have forced Chicago to use a timeout, one of their timeouts, but instead Green Bay decided to use a timeout because Matt LaFleur was very indecisive.
Oh my God.
And Rich Bisaccia, it was the most bizarre sequence I've ever seen in head coaching. Of like, dude, your job is to know, hey, can my kicker make it from here, yes or no?
True.
And instead, LaFleur is worried so much about the next play call, and honestly, the next play call was trash anyway. So it's just, in the playoffs, that's been LaFleur's bugaboo. Like, you got those details, you do that in the playoffs, you're done. You lose.
No, true.
And I just don't have confidence in the coaching staff right now, which is sad. Like, honestly, the defense I have confidence in. The defensive coordinator, Halfley, I really enjoy. I think the Packers have just been playing with a hand tied behind their back on defense the whole year with just the number of injuries and I think just the transition, but they're still like a top 10 defense. What's even more bizarre, though, is they're a top 10 offense. So, I don't know, man. Anything can happen in the playoffs. I don't want to sit here and like crown Philly. Honestly, like they have their issues too, but I don't like Green Bay's chances this year. I just don't think they're a playoff team. They've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat, but they've got a lot of growth to do. And honestly, I think it starts at their head coach. He's got to start figuring out how to be a head coach and stop being an offensive coordinator. Just bluntly, like that's. If you want to be a championship coach in this league, that's what you got to do. You got to evolve, and I'm just not sure he's done that since how long has it been? 6 years now, something like that. I don't know, man. But anyways, it'll be at least on the Packers side, it'll be interesting, man. But I guess you got to burn that tape, and you got to move on to Philly, and let's see if some of these young bucks, if we find any of these young bucks step up, man. I'd love to see like a guy like Tucker Kraft really be like the focal point on offense and just start to make ridiculous plays.
Yeah.
He's that good. He's that good, folks. That's the guy.
I agree.
Right now, I'm eyeing up getting that jersey, man. He's from my home state of South Dakota, and he's gonna be
I didn't know that.
Really, yeah. He's from Timberlake, South Dakota. It's a town of like 200 people. It's about 3 hours. It's about 2 hours I think, west of my hometown. So super, super small town. Went to South Dakota State. The guy just plays like a Midwesterner. He belongs on the Packers, and he has like a lot of George Kittle in him.
Oh yeah, I
you can
love
like
him.
see it, just like the toughness
I think he's really
and
good
like
too.
after the catch ability. So I'm telling you, man, that's where, like I said, I don't understand why they don't force feed him the ball more. Like he made it. If you guys go watch it, he was man to man on Johnson or whatever, the corner for the Bears. He leapt up and made one heck of a play. Went up and got the ball, tight man to man. I mean, just exactly what you're looking for with a playmaker, man. I'm telling you, that guy is going to be special. So I would love to see him have like a breakout game against Philly. Just like, I don't know if it'll happen. Phillies does have a good front seven, and Vaughn and those guys are really solid linebackers. So
Yeah, he is.
but I think he could do it.
No, I think
But
that.
that's my.
I think you.
I don't care if you dig at the Packers. They're honestly at this point they haven't done any. I've been trying to, hype them up because I truly think they are that good. But they're just such a young team and they keep tripping on their own feet. Until they prove it to everybody, they are what they are.
Yeah, I think if they put it all together, if they ever had a game where they played clean and just right off the jump, or kind of like the game last year in the playoffs, if they ever play a game like that, their A game's very hard to beat. But like you said, the wide receiver is kind of a concern because, like you said, my thing is, yes, you have a lot, but like you said, I don't think any of them are like elite. They're just pretty good, which is
They're Jags.
It's just not. It's not. You need a guy that makes a difference. They would be really good if you had the guy and then them. Like you said, like if you could get a guy in the off season, that would probably help. Just to have a this is our alpha. Or like you said, I actually think because the way the NFL is going, I think Tucker Kraft might be the better idea. Like if you focus him and have all the other guys, then it could work. Be like the complementary players, Reed and all of those. Yeah, that could work because Tucker is amazing.
Dude,
I really like him too.
Josh, don't get me wrong. I still think there's talent. I think though they need to focus in on dude, is Dontavian Wicks the dude?
Yeah.
And get him the
ball.
I
agree.
He needs to get reps. You can't have him catch 3 balls a game.
No, but that's like you said, to go into coaching. I'm like, what is he doing? There's no. I don't see the play where because what most teams do when you have a guy you want to really get involved, you give him a little screen or something to get him going, and then you start running different routes with him. I don't see that one. I don't see him hey, like you said, let's get Wicks a screen here, let him get going, get the ball in his hands, get a little feel for it, and then you start hitting him down the field. And, it's weird. It's like the Minnesota. We're going to talk about them. I don't like Sam Darnold. I'm not going to lie. I still think he's kind of meh. But the thing they do, they will get Justin Jefferson the ball. They will. They try to get him going. That's their thing. They're like, hey, we know how good he is. Let's get him the ball. So you got to do that.
Dude, you have to, man.
Yes.
Yeah. No, and in the playoffs, exactly, man. Yeah. Dude, yeah, you use your strengths, man. If you have an elite player, you gotta get him the dang ball.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the rookies. Look at
the Ravens, right?
Yep.
Who do they get the ball to in the passing game? Mark Andrews.
Yep.
They find ways, and the same, even likely, that guy has become such another he is. That's a guy that you need to get going, and you need to target. He's that good,
and he's the guy in big.
I've seen him shy away from Zay Flowers because, hey, look, man, if you ain't gonna catch the ball when you get your opportunities. We ain't throwing it your way.
I was going to say 80 catches everything, so that's why they throw to him a lot. In the big spots, what's Lamar do? Anytime he's scrambling around, who's he throw it to? It's always 80 because he's he'll catch the ball.
80 or 89,
yep,
man.
80 or 89.
Going to go get the ball.
Like you said, I know he likes Zay, but he's and I like Zay, but sometimes too, if you watch the games on the sideline, I get the balls a little high, but I'm where's the effort, bro? I don't see you go get it. And I like Zay, but I'm
some of it because see Jaden Reed has this big time problem too. Him and Zay Flowers, I don't know what this era of college football is. These guys don't catch with their hands; they catch with their body.
Yeah. And
it's just you gotta catch with your hands, man. The NFL. This isn't college. Dude, these guys
And then don't get me wrong, I
think that's where these guys struggle, and I think, and again, you can practice on the jugs machines all you want, but it's a heck of a lot different when you got a guy tight on you and you got to use your dang hands. So,
yeah, you can't practice that.
Yeah, I mean, I see Zay Flowers. That's why he gets these drops because he's just with your body, you don't focus on the ball.
Yeah, and I know everybody, and I know everybody will be like kill us in the comments. Oh, he has this many yards. If you watch the Ravens, and I think he's really good. I think he still has a very high ceiling. He's young. It's like the Packer receivers. It's not written in stone. These guys are young. They can get a lot better. They will get a lot better. But his hands are his problem because they gets open. It's just when like last week. It's momentum killers too, right? We're playing the Ravens are playing the Steelers. We're jumping ahead now. Are playing the Steelers in the playoffs. The Steelers have lost 4 straight. I believe the Ravens should beat them, but you know what loses you games, and they've done it a lot against them. You drop passes and it kills drives. You have to catch them. A slant is a slant, bro. You have to catch that. All this crap where you want to blame Lamar for games and all this crap, the media, everybody. I watch the games. Lamar ain't the reason they would lose those games. It's because he'll be 1st and 10 and he'll hit a guy on a slant that should go for 25 yards and he drops it. And guess what that does? Well, now it's 2nd and 10. Then you get a holding penalty. Now it's 2nd and 20, and you're going to punt the ball back to it's. You guys keep the little things. There was a play.
That's exactly what happened to Green Bay, bro.
And what do we always say about Harbaugh? That's my problem. I don't see that. I seen the we wanted to blame the defensive coordinator because he was young and trying to figure it out. He's made adjustments. The adjustment I haven't seen in the Ravens that scares me. Don't get me wrong. I do think they can win the Super Bowl. They have the road. They beat these teams. I got it. I think they can play tough. I think they're gonna be a hard out. Got it. They might even win it. I don't know. My thing is, what scares me is the one thing they have not improved on all year. Everything else got better. They're still undisciplined. They have these moments where I'm like, what the hell are you doing? It's a false start to start off a drive. The linemen keep going downfield. The one guy, 77, stop. Where are you going, Filele? What are you doing? What every time? Oh, the legal man downfield. And you know what? The refs aren't wrong. And you guys know I hate the refs. I'm not a fan of the NFL refs. They make no sense. But he does it every time. It's like, guy, what are you doing? Like, they had a play last week. I know Tom saw this. Now, this was Keaton's fault, but kind of not. I'm like, I don't know what they were doing. Like, you got to wait for him to set. But it was. I hope they bring this out, too. They had a play where they sent him in motion the opposite way, and when he stopped, Lamar took the snap and ran the other way with the lineman pulling. It was great. But again, something messed up. See, the Chiefs... And I'm not, they're beatable. I'm not saying they're not. All I'm saying is the Chiefs, when they run plays like that, they do it perfectly. No one's on the wrong side of the field. No one's moving. That's coaching. You have to have that ready. You have to be more crisp on that because that's what happens. You get a 20-yard gain. It's like, nope, illegal formation. Like, what are we doing? It kills all the momentum. Great play call. Doesn't work because your team didn't know what they were doing because you didn't practice it enough. That loses you games. And like last time, I'm going in on the Ravens, but it's just like the first game when they lost to the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. You lost that game because you needed a 2-point conversion at the end. Now your kicker missed a bunch of kicks too. I love Justin Tucker. He had a rough game, but you could have won. You could have tied that game if your team would have knew what they were doing on a 2-point conversion for the game. That was your play call. You had 2 guys that didn't know what they were doing. And yes, we could blame the players, but it's not. That's you not coaching it, okay? Because if you coach it enough, everyone will know, okay? You have to. It's just sometimes with Harbaugh, I like him, but yeah, it's getting to the point where I don't see that improvement. Zach Orr, everyone leave him alone. He made the hard moves he had to for a 32-year. What is he? 32, Tom. He benched a guy that got paid a lot of money because he was like, "Hey, you ain't doing your job." He moved Hamilton back there. They're playing a lot better. Like 2nd in the league since the bye week, which is crazy because they were last in the league.
Yeah.
So
let's go into the Ravens. I'm done talking about the Packers. Like, look, man, the Packers got to put up or shut up, man. And I would not be shocked if they lose this game and they keep it close, but they just the difference is
that game's.
I'll say this about Green Bay. I think Green Bay is still a few players away.
Okay.
I think they're getting better, but dude, in the offseason, you're right, man. They're gonna have to go trade for a legitimate bona fide dude on the offense that's a playmaker.
I think we were talking about it
unless Tucker Kraft starts to become this focal point.
I think
Matt LaFleur, that's on you, brother. You gotta make him like the guy instead of hey, he gets 5 targets. That's not the guy. That's they got this pool of talent that they don't know what to do with, and it really drives me up a wall.
Tom, I like what you were saying on the phone at last week. I think him to Garrett Wilson If they can get him, that would be that's a perfect fit because
Yeah,
I think
the Jets are a dumpster fire right now. I don't know if they're going to do a fire sale.
they need to get cap
It's
room. They
possible.
can't pay him. They cannot pay that man.
I would easily give up a first round pick and another player or something.
I think he's really
Seriously,
good.
man. Like that guy learned with Aaron. He wants to just be a dude. There you go. But again, LaFleur, I mean, that's the one thing I'll give Aaron Rodgers credit when he was in Green Bay. You know what? You knew Devontae Adams was hitting the ball in big situations.
Yep.
And you got to get it to your dudes. I don't know what else to say.
No, love it.
And you just got to do it. And when it matters, you got to get it to those guys. That's why they're your dudes.
No, I agree.
But get in the Ravens, man. Like they're interested. Like again, number one, Pittsburgh. Again, I think they can beat them, but you just never know. Both teams know each other.
Oh! I think for a watching standpoint,
the Ravens' biggest. I think the thing that's scary for them is their special teams.
Yes, I
right?
agree.
They lost that game in Pittsburgh because their special teams
terrible.
Yeah. If that happens again, because it's going to be a close game.
Always is. No, I agree, dude.
Right.
That's
and you can't have that big turnover.
Yep.
On offense. To your point, big drops, big turnovers. You cannot have the miscues. If you have the miscues, you will lose.
Well, here's the thing with Pittsburgh.
Just because they're going to be scrappy.
Thank you. You got into it. This is my thing with Pittsburgh. Every team they play, I give them this. And Patrick Queen, who's played well all year for them, people like to be like, oh, we didn't need Patrick Queen. Guy's really good. Here's the thing they're going to do. They're going to strip the ball at least 2 times in this game. It happened against the Bengals. It happened against the Ravens when they won 34-17. You have to hope you get those fumbles because they're going to strip the ball out of your guys' hand. They do it every game. They're really good at that, getting the ball out. They're great at it. People come from behind, they hit, jarring at the ball all the time. They're a scrappy team. Deshaun Elliott, who used to be a Raven, also had a really good year. He's been really good all year. Tough, physical hits, man. He's been good. Their defense is good.
I mean, I think the Ravens are going to, I think it's going to be a low-scoring tight game.
I think the Ravens are going to win, too. I do, but I'm just saying it's, like you said.
I think the killer is, dude, Pittsburgh's offense, number one, Pickens, dude, that's a guy like, man, I think even Steelers fans are done with him. That guy's a head case. He sucks. I don't he's so talented, but he's I don't understand where he thinks he's you're not an elite receiver, bro. You're just a guy, right? You're pretty good, but you're not, I wouldn't even say you're a top 10 receiver, dude. Like the way you play.
No, he's inconsistent.
He just gets into people. Yeah, man, dude, at the end of the Bengals game, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was dumb.
I mean, Russell Wilson is not, look, everybody wants to make fun of Russell. I mean, he makes some boneheaded things sometimes, but dude, that guy won a Super Bowl. And also, he's pretty good. He's shown me this year he's still got a lot. He's still got stuff in the tank. So everybody needs to stop, on this whole, Russell Wilson's trash game, because that's not. The reason they've been having success is because they pulled the trigger and bench Justin Fields. Who you want to talk about someone that's a dumpster fire? That man is. That guy is just an athlete. There's nothing special about him at quarterback. Russell Wilson can stretch the field. He can run an offense.
Dude, I heard, and maybe I'll eat my words, but I heard they might be using. I'm like, please use him because his awareness sometimes is not the best. I'm like, that might help the Ravens. He might fumble a snap or something.
Oh yeah.
By the way, not hating on Justin Fields. I wish maybe it would have turned out different if he didn't have the Bears. No, I am taking shots at the Bears because this is getting ridiculous. You guys are, my God, will they ever fix anything? Poor Chicago.
Dude, screw the. What the hell is
the Bears, baby?
I'll tell you this right now. It's not.
Oh man, everyone go get it. You can't. Poor Bears, man.
No, it's not. No, yeah, the Bears. Number one, Justin Fields is never that good. The Bears are just desperate. It would have never worked out. The guy that they failed was what's his face. Seriously, Trubisky, I think, could have been pretty solid for him, and they just never gave him a shot.
He had his moments.
And every time he had, they had a defense, and they just didn't continue to build up around it.
Yeah, they let everyone go.
The Bears are known for. Yeah, anyways, but and Matt Nagy was okay, but I always love this NFL coaching cycle tree, and it's hey, we want to give these young coordinators a chance, but if you listen to Bill Belichick, he's the hardest thing about becoming a head coach is you don't get. You got to be responsible for building the roster, managing a
Yep.
team and the culture and the coaches. You got to let the positional coaches do their job. And I hate it when they're like, hey, Ben Johnson, this guy's a lead candidate. Dude, you're going to have his offense, but that guy needs to learn how to coach.
Oh, dude, forget that.
I guess you're hoping he brings the culture in, but I digress.
Oh, dude, the Todd Monken thing. I'm like, is he bringing Lamar? Because it's the only way I'm doing it. What?
Right. I think that's just a rumor. People just like they need to fill in.
Yeah, they're not doing
it's
that.
Just the NFL trying. Yeah, they just try to they're trying to throw one of those bones out there to see if someone will bite on it and be like desperate or something. That's all they do. It's all smoke and mirrors in the NFL. But I would. Yeah, man. I think the Ravens will be fine. Like I said, I just think it's going to be a tight game because both teams know each other.
No. I think for a viewing standpoint, I think it worked out. Like the Charger game, I'm not going to lie, and I'm not hating on the Chargers. I just think the Ravens would eventually win the game when it kind of like when they played in the regular season. Kind of like boring. Like, it's okay. They're going to win.
Dude, that Charger Texan game might be really boring.
Yes. That's why I'm saying.
I'm not looking forward to that one.
No. Dude, Sunday. Yeah, but Sunday's the day. Like, the night one on Saturday's good, but Sunday, man, all them games are kind of lit. I was like, yo, this schedule will kind of go hard. Because I'll tell you, we'll talk about it later. The worst thing the Chiefs did, and I get it, was their backups. Remember, Denver almost beat them in the game when everyone played. That field goal, they should have made that field goal in Denver. And then why I don't get why you let them blow you out like that is, let's say they beat the Bills, which, by the way, I think the Bills will win, but I think it's going to be a really tight game because that defense is pretty good in Denver. And the Bills run defense, and the Bills aren't that good on defense. So I'm like, be careful because PS2's playing, bro. All that talent you said Josh Allen don't have everybody. Well, they're getting covered by some dogs. So it's going to be a fight now. I think they're going to win, but if they don't, Tom, all you did when you play the Broncos, like you said, just like this Raven game, it's a rivalry game. The Broncos always play the Chiefs hard, and now they blew you out in your house. They ain't gonna be afraid to go there. They're gonna be like, oh, we just put belt the ass over here.
Denver ain't afraid of anybody. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, honestly, I mean, that's kind of the same with the Packers. Like, they could come out, and like, that's what's funny is like, Detroit, Dan Campbell's like, hey, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I mean, I'll tell you right now, Minnesota lost to LA Thursday night in LA. I'm sorry, man. You think you're gonna just walk into LA and beat them? Good luck, man.
No, I'm with you. That is my
NFC matchups are really interesting. Like the Bucks and the Redskins, the Redskins. They've always played really good playoff games. So I'm very curious if this is going to be like a tight one, right?
Dude.
The same with like Green Bay and Philly. They've always been tight games in the playoffs. I've never, it comes down to moments. And I mean,
well, like we said, I think
in general, there's some really good matchups in the NFC.
Dude, Sunday.
The AFC is good too.
Sunday's gonna be really good.
Monday, I think, will be a good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sunday's gonna be fun though.
I think starting Saturday night, I honestly think I think the Chargers might run away with that one by like 2 touchdowns. I just don't think Houston has so many offensive line problems, and it's not C.J. Stroud taking a step back, dude. The guy has no time.
He can't step up. He can't step up either.
No. It's nothing against them. Their defense might keep them in it, but even their defense is struggling because they've had so many injuries.
Dude, and can we stop with the D'Amico Ryans? Like, people trying to act like if you fire that man, they will pick him up so fast, and he'll be fine. Like, don't do that. Don't be dumb.
I hope Green Bay hires him.
Right? Gotta fire him so someone else can hire him. Right?
No, for real, man. Like, honestly, like I'm telling you, I don't like Matt LaFleur's had a really awesome. Matt LaFleur be scooped up in 3 seconds. But man, like just this past year, man, I've been really disappointed and just.
My thing.
I feel like he has too many cooks in the kitchen, and he needs to just coach and build the culture the way he wants to.
Well, you can tell Tom. You can tell when people aren't used to winning, like their fan base, because there is no way a dude that just made the playoffs twice with how bad Houston was. You guys are talking like that. Why? He is such a good coach, and he's a former player.
with some of the critical injuries. I mean, the Tank Dell.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. You know it's lost in the whole thing this year. The defense got a lot better than it used to be. They're really solid. Their middle linebacker, the guy that got suspended, played really. He's been really good all year. I didn't want to butcher his name, but he is really good.
Yeah, man, he's a beast.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, and you know the Will Anderson took a step up, and Hunter's been really good. They're a really good team. I like how Lamar cooks somebody like he does with everybody because he's Lamar, and now it's like, oh, they're terrible. I'm like, dude, like Tom said, the problem's the offense. You had the defense out on the field half the game. Eventually, Lamar got a couple touchdowns. You can't do that.
Look, nobody in the NFL has an elite enough defense right now. Right, that can just shut a team down.
No,
even like Philly, they got holes, man. They're giving up touchdowns to the Giants still. Like everybody needs to calm down. Their front seven's good.
This ain't 2000, bro. This ain't 2000. People ain't getting to.
No, this isn't the Legion of Boom. This isn't the 2015 Broncos. Like the Broncos have a really underrated defense, but even they don't have like these bona fide dudes.
No. Tom just said it. 2000.
Other than Patrick Surtain, he's phenomenal.
Tom just said it. The two teams in the late 2000s, they were really 2010s. They were really good. The Seahawks, Legion of Boom, and the Denver. Oh my God, that team! They won with Peyton Manning and his noodle arm. Like I love Peyton Manning, but it was done. That thing had no throws left, and
even like that Carolina defense that year was really good too. It just wasn't the 15 Broncos.
No,
like that's the thing in this playoffs. Like I don't see anybody like. So where I'm getting at is offenses have to play complementary football, man. You have to, you got to set a tone and get up on a team early. And if you can't,
we're gonna go over.
It's going to be tough sled.
We're gonna go over this at the end when we do our off season recap of the whole season. What I love, and Tom knows this, what I love, now I want defense to come back because I love defense too, but what I love is the renaissance of the running game this year because it's like all that talk, we don't need to run it. Look at all the good teams. They have a really solid running game because you have to be, like Tom said, complimentary. It ain't working now. You got to run that ball sometimes.
Well, I think it's two things. It's the players have got, I don't think all these players have gotten so ridiculously small. I think it's because everybody's definitely scared of the teams with explosive plays. They're trying to play this death by 1,000 paper cuts type of thing, where hey, I want you to run a 10-play drive to score, and I'm going to pray you make a massive mistake. And they play a cover 2 shell, or they're playing these deep shells so they can protect themselves from big plays. So it leaves just the middle of the field just becomes this wide open area. Like Tom Brady said, I've never understood, like I said, even with Green Bay, dude, you should be running these quick, boot pop passes and stuff to, Tucker Kraft. You get, 20 yards. Because, Tucker Kraft leads the NFL, I think, in, yards after catch from, his position group. With, 10 yards after the reception.
No.
He runs some, short screen stuff, but, dude, there's times where he runs a 5-yard out and he gets, 40 yards. And he just, because he just runs through people. That's what I'm, like I said, the middle of the field is wide open in the NFL. It's not what it used to be where it's dude, you had Ray or Ed Reed or Polamalu or some of these Dawkins, these safeties where they just absolutely obliterate you.
Oh, yeah, dude. Remember, hey, shout out to Algie Crumpler, though. He took that like a champ that one time. He caught that ball.
Oh, my gosh.
That was a hit.
That was, man, you watch some of them hits in that title game, you're just dang, even Vic got destroyed.
Oh, yeah, man. Dude, that is what I miss, though, because back in the day, the rules weren't all the way to the point that, and I love these little quick receivers, but there's a reason why you didn't see a lot of them around, because they didn't last. Remember Johnny Knox? He would have thrived now. He got folded like a chair.
Oh, yeah.
He got folded like a chair and never played again. That is one of the, let me tell you how bad that hit was. You can't even see it on YouTube because there's a what is it called, the thing where it's are you 18 years or older? Because my God, that man's whole body went backwards. It was not good. That was different. And guess what? No flag. Just damn. Oh my God. And no, yeah, like Tom said, the linebackers back then were they were big and hit. Freaking Patrick Willis. Oh my God. Oof.
Oh yeah, Navarro Bowman. Just in general in the 2010s, I think
they were dogs, man.
Bay, when you watch Edrin Cooper and Quay Walker, those two guys are now what I would consider kind of that Willis Bowman. I don't think they're as talented, but I mean Cooper might be, dude. Edrin Cooper is legit.
You know who reminds me of that, and now they call him slow.
That's one thing. That's one thing I'll hit on with this game against Philly. Adrian Cooper's an X factor. He didn't play the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he's pretty much slotted as a starter. They got Quay Walker back, and then they're gonna I think Green Bay's defense. I think Green Bay's defense can keep them in it.
Gotcha.
My question is the offense going to make enough plays? And I'm just not confident that they can.
Okay.
I haven't seen it all year. And, I don't foresee how they're going to be able to do it. That's all. So, anyways, yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, these super wildcard weekends have been fun. There's one thing I got to mention too, though, about this whole 7th seed. I think this is just insane. Green Bay this year. Green Bay this year was 1-5 in their division and made it.
Yeah.
And this is what I don't like about the 7th seed, right?
Uh-huh.
There has to be an emphasis on winning divisional games. Great, look, the Packers division was challenging and hard, but dude, 1-5, man, they shouldn't even be in there. I don't care if their record's 11-6 or whatever it is. It's just kind of like
it's 11-6.
You didn't do what you're supposed to do. You got to win divisional games.
True.
That's part of the deal. At least 500, man. You can't be dude. Honestly, that's a thing kind of where I knock on LaFleur too. I know they're. Minnesota and Detroit, but come on, man. You should have beat Minnesota, and you dang well should have beat Chicago this last time. That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
The 7th seed is very, I'm very indifferent on it. I don't like it. I honestly don't think Green Bay should have made it. That's got to be a hard lesson the Packers need to learn. Youth is dude, you can't finish seasons like that. You can't do that. If you want to be elite in the NFL, that's not what you do.
Oh, I agree.
But clearly, it clearly doesn't matter. I mean, there's an argument, well, if they're in another division. No, they're not. They were in the NFC North in a hard division. If you're good, you beat at least Minnesota and Chicago.
No, I agree.
And you finished 3-3.
I agree. Yeah, no, you're right.
So,
yeah. Dude, I mean, I'm looking at the slate right here. Just like you said, the only one I'm like, eh. Now watch the Chargers and Texans be the best one, just because we're all making fun of it. But
Yeah, I know. I mean, I hope it is. I hope there's some surprises, man. That's always what makes wild card.
Well, that's why I was so excited. I was excited from a fan standpoint of seeing the Ravens and Steelers again. I was like, ooh, that's gonna be fun, because I'm like the Chargers and the Ravens. I'm like, eh. Steelers at Ravens. I'm like, hey, that's kind of heat. I'm like, that'd be kind of fun. Even the Broncos and the Bills, like I said, I see that being a good game. Because Sean Payton too, when he knows it's like a kitchen sink kind of game where you can't leave nothing on the floor, he does some crazy stuff. So it'd be kind of fun to see if he does something crazy in the middle of the game. Him, fake punt, something weird. It's Sean Payton. He's gonna break it all out, man. He's a good coach. He's crazy. And then the Commanders. I mean, it's good to see them back in there. And Jaden, like you said about throwing to your guy, every time he needs a big play, who's he go to? McLaurin. That's his guy. And he makes the plays, man. He's a hell of a receiver. That guy don't get enough credit. Me and Tom were talking about hands. That's a guy that can catch. When he drops a pass, I'm like, damn. McLaurin dropped a ball. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? Because it never happens. It looks like a really good weekend. It's going to be fun. Like Tom said, even the Monday nighter is kind of fun. If you could stomach listening to Troy Aikman and what's his name? What was the guy's name? Buck. It's not bad. Let me stop. They're not that bad. Chris Collinsworth is definitely worse. Is he on any of these games? No, we're fine. Good. Okay, good. Sorry.
Yeah, I think so. There's an NBC.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Commanders. Oh, God. Well, get ready to hear about Jaden Daniels, who I was really good, but you're going to hear about him and Baker for 3 hours, even when they throw bad passes. It's okay. It's fine. Dude, that's my only issue with him. You'll be watching the game, and Patrick Mahomes will skip a ball, and he's just like, no, see, he did great, because if he throws this where he wants to, it's going to get intercepted. Just look at this guy. And it's like, oh, my God, dude, calm down. Or even Lamar, I'm like, dude, stop. Everybody. It's just like, dude, we get it. You like him. I like him, too, but you go way too hard, bro. Everyone makes mistakes. It's fine. Tom, you know what I mean. It's fine. Yeah. But I think it's going to be great. Or we ain't gonna make picks, right? We don't do that here. We let them play. We just watch ball.
No,
We don't do picks.
exactly.
But it's gonna be awesome. I'm rooting. I want to see the Packers and Eagles though. Like I said, I feel like Sunday's the big slate though. It's gonna be fun. Saturday's okay, but I think everyone's gonna want to see the 8 o'clock game more than anything because it's the rivalry. Listen, it ain't the same as it was like from 2000 to 2020 where it was like really just all the great players. Like you're seeing it right now. The Ravens might have 2 in the Hall of Fame coming up, Suggs and Yonda. But man, that era was fun. They were just beating each other up. Harrison, Palomalu, oh man, everybody, Farrier, Hines Ward, even Randall L. You know, you had all the guys, man. Anyone that's seen a rivalry remembers Nada. Oof, it was nice, man. It was nice. What was the big German guy? Oh my God, the white dude, Kruger. Oh my God, what was his name? Tom, the guy for the Steelers. He was really good. Oh my God, do you remember him? Oh God, I can't remember his name. But yeah, it was fun, man, back then. Any other thoughts, Tom? Tom?
Nope.
Okay. Guys, we're gonna give you another show.
Yeah.
Tom, we'll try to do it on Mondays now.
Yeah, let's go.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Likes are always appreciated. And as always, Tom, anchor down.
Roll Tide.